Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Chicago Fire isn't new tonight, but we've got a big episode coming up next week. It's a great episode if you're looking to enjoy an episode of Chicago Fire tonight still, and it's only fitting that NBC air a rerun of a major Violet episode ahead of the next new episode, which will also involve a major Violet storyline. Chicago Fire Episode 13 will bring back a nemesis and feature a fun Severide team-up. After taking a week off, Chicago Fire Season 13 will resume on February 19 with a new episode that promises to feature the return of a familiar face, a Severide team-up, and a fun Molly's-related storyline sure to break up the episode's intense storylines. The most intriguing aspect of Born of Fire is the tease of Violet's former nemesis returning to ask for help. No character is referenced, but Violet really only has one major nemesis, Caitlin Carver's Emma Jacobs. In fact, Carver's last episode of the show was in a Season 11 episode that literally was titled Nemesis, which seems to all but confirm we're about to see the return of Emma, and we can only imagine what might bring her back to town. In Nemesis, Emma was finally fired from the CFD after Violet found a recording that exposed her blackmail scheme. If Emma is indeed back, we can only imagine what drama she might create for Violet and why she might be coming to Violet of all people for help. But we're curious to see what the writers have planned. Elsewhere in the episode, it seems we'll get to see Kid and Severide teaming up for a Girls on Fire. Inspiration seems to strike after a rescue at an adventure park, which leads Kid to turn to Severide to help create a ropes course for the Girls on Fire participants. It's always fun when we get to see Kid and Severide team up on the job, and we can't wait to see what the pair come up to for the course. Finally, the last confirmed storyline for episode 13 revolves around Herman, who will be setting out to come up with a new signature cocktail for Molly's. This is sure to bring about plenty of laughs as Herman tests out various concoctions, which will surely include plenty of misses before he sticks the landing. Firehouse 51 fans, we know the disappointment of checking the TV schedule and realizing that Chicago Fire isn't airing a new episode tonight. There's nothing quite like the rush of seeing Truck 81 roll out, Squad 3 diving into action, and the Ambulance 61 team racing against time to save lives. But don't worry, while we might be missing our favorite firefighters this week, next week's episode promises to be one for the books. What's coming next week? If you've been following Chicago Fire closely, you know that tension has been building at 51. Chief Bowden has been feeling the pressure of department politics. Kid and Severide are navigating their relationship amid high-stakes rescues, and Cruz has been stepping up in a way that has fans cheering. And let's not forget our newest recruits, who are still proving themselves in the Firehouse. Next week's episode is shaping up to be one that no one will want to miss. NBC has teased that a massive, high-risk call will put multiple members of Firehouse 51 in danger, and the fallout could change everything. Could we see a major shakeup in leadership? A heroic rescue that leaves lasting scars? Or maybe an unexpected twist that will have fans talking for weeks? Let's break down what we know so far and speculate on what could be coming. Bowden faces another tough decision. Chief Wallace Bowden has been the heart of Firehouse 51 since the very beginning, and we've seen him handle everything from budget cuts to personal crises among his team. But next week, rumors suggest he'll be faced with one of the toughest decisions of his career. Will he have to choose between protocol and protecting his firefighters? The last few episodes have hinted at growing tensions between Bowden and higher-ups in the department. With politics creeping into 51 once again, he may have to make a stand that could have serious repercussions. And we all know Bowden. When it comes to doing what's right, he doesn't back down. Could this mean the return of an old rival? Perhaps a moment that forces him to consider his future at 51? Whatever it is, we're expecting an emotionally charged performance from Eamon Walker, who always delivers. Severide's big moment? It wouldn't be Chicago Fire without a jaw-dropping rescue from Squad 3's fearless leader, Kelly Severide. He's no stranger to high-risk situations, but the teaser for next week suggests that he'll be facing one of his most dangerous missions yet. Last time we saw Severide in action, he was pushing himself to the limit, as always. But could his determination to save lives put him in jeopardy? Some fans are speculating that this might be an episode where he comes way too close to disaster. And what about his relationship with Kid? After the ups and downs they've been through, could next week's events shake them again? With Severide's tendency to throw himself into danger, Kid might have to step in and remind him that he's not invincible. One thing's for sure, Taylor Kinney always delivers in these high-stakes moments, and if next week's episode is as intense as it sounds, we're in for a treat. Cruz's personal stakes. Cruz has been in the spotlight more this season, and we've loved seeing him grow both professionally and personally. As a devoted husband and father, he's balancing family life with the demands of being a firefighter, but next week's episode might push him to his limits. Cruz has always been a fan favorite because of his big heart and unwavering loyalty to his friends, but what happens when the pressure gets to be too much? Some early hints suggest that he might be dealing with an incredibly personal rescue, one that hits closer to home than ever before. Could we see a situation where Cruz has to save someone he loves? Or will we witness him making a split-second decision that changes everything for his career? Either way, it sounds like we're in for a powerful performance from Joe Minoso. A major Firehouse emergency? It's been a while since we've had a true Firehouse-centered emergency. Sure, the firefighters of 51 are always responding to calls, but every so often the drama comes right to their doorstep. Next week, we might see exactly that. A cryptic clue from the episode description hints at an unexpected danger, putting 51 itself in peril. Does that mean an explosion? A fire inside the firehouse, or something more sinister, maybe even a direct threat to one of the team members? We've seen it all over the years: gas leaks, mysterious arsonists, even unexpected betrayals. Could next week bring another shocking moment that forces 51 to fight for their own survival? Could we lose a firefighter? Every Chicago Fire fan knows that no one is ever truly safe. We've had to say heartbreaking goodbyes before, RIP Otis. And with the way things are shaping up, some fans are worried that next week's episode could mean another devastating loss. While there's no official word on whether a character is leaving, the intensity of the upcoming episode suggests that danger will be very real. Could we see someone injured in the line of duty? Or worse, someone not making it out at all? If that's the case, who would it be? Some fans worry for one of the newer recruits, while others think it could be a shocking moment involving a longtime favorite. No matter what happens, it's clear that next week's episode will have us all on the edge of our seats. Final thoughts. Yes, it's frustrating that Chicago Fire isn't new tonight, but the good news? We're in for a huge episode next week, one that could change the course of the season. Between Bowden's difficult decision, Severide's high-risk rescue, Cruz's emotional stakes, and the looming danger at Firehouse 51, it's safe to say that this is an episode we'll be talking about for a long time. So while we wait, why not rewatch some of your favorite episodes? Revisit some of the biggest rescues, relive the best Cruz and Otis moments, or take a trip down memory lane with Severide and Kid's love story. The wait will be worth it, and come next week, we'll all be glued to our screens, ready for whatever Chicago Fire throws our way. Sound off in the comments. What are your theories for next week's episode? Will we see a shocking twist? A heartbreaking goodbye? Or just another action-packed hour that reminds us why we love Firehouse 51 so much? Let's hear your thoughts.